after this initiative's done with not one new dollar. It's about mass incarceration. It's about bringing it back to 1980s mindset where it's possession of drugs and you end up in state prison at the cost of $100,000+ per taxpayer. It's funded by big oil and Walmart and conservative right-wing DAs. The impact it's going to have on the black and brown community is next level. And the fact that I saw a poll today and so 70% of people want to support it, I was wondering what state I was living in. And I know people are frustrated. I know people are angry. I am too. But this is not the way of solving it. And I think it's important. I hope you all realize this whole thing was under false pretense. It was around retail theft. Remember that? I hope you guys do the analysis. Please, I can't do this alone. There has to be some scrutiny and accountability. It was all about retail theft. It's interesting. The retailers are not on board. Grocers are not on board. They talked about the retail theft threshold of $950. It's not even included in the initiative. That's not what it's about. It's drug policy reform that sets us back to the 1980s. And we all lived through that, and we've been trying to unwind that. At the same time, I'm for accountability. Signed 11, 12 pieces of legislation on retail theft. Retail theft, the leaders in this space all celebrate it as a national model, and they're right. And I thank the Attorney General and others. He's got a retail theft unit now. We just announced yesterday 171 new arrests, over $500,000. That was just from an operation last month with the CHP. But Prop 36 is a real setback, and it appears clearly that the public has a different point of view.
Thank you. A quick follow-up. I mean, do you think that this messaging isn't translating then with voters if the polls are showing enormous support?
We're the size of 21 state populations combined. I'd like to think everybody picks up the LA Times and absorbs it, all 40 million Californians, and they balance all these facts. I don't mean that pejoratively. I mean it. It's hard, right? I mean, we'd have to raise tens of millions of dollars. And that's the truth. And that's a challenge. So look, I'm not a defeatist on this. Every time you can go back, rewind. I think I've had similar remarks at 25 other locations. That's my point of view. But I'm not naive either. And I made this point. I saw a lot of politicians that are like this. Which direction's it going? And I saw them move in that direction. And then I realized it was even worse than I thought. I became a little more cynical. They didn't read it. They didn't read it. And that was disappointing to me, but it's not surprising. I've been doing this a long time.
Conversation's been like with Mayor London Breed, who's here
I haven't
today.
had a conversation with her. Everybody has their different points of view. You can ask her. I honestly don't know.